It's hard to deal with everything I'm ignoring. And to be real, I probably won't even show it. I don't know why I wake up every morning. You don't know why you're with me in the moment.
Hello, this is the PSYCHS World Audio Show. Thank you for listening. Go ahead and subscribe to District 9, Black Past Productions, and Black Past Alternate Division. Today our guest is Reaper, or Reap as he likes to be called, DJ Roy, my brother John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Wake and bake as usual.
Awesome. I love it. That's what we do around here. You got to get your puff in where you have to get your puff in. So, first question. How long have you been doing self-defense?
I started when I was 6, and I got out of the official training when I was 16 or so. So about 10 years.
A decade, a good decade. Wow. That's nice. So, what is your favorite, well, let's not say form because forms are kind of subject to practice. So what's your favorite art? What's your favorite style?
Honestly, when I was growing up, it was Kyoshin karate, but now that I'm older, I don't like getting hit so much. So I like to take it to the ground, do some Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grapple it out. Favorite move is the Gamora.
The Kimura.
Gamora. Yeah, my bad. I was watching, Guardians of the Galaxy.
we all love Marvel. Praise Marvel. Praise Marvel. I don't want them to kick me off of YouTube. So, with the Juju Katami, tell me something. Have you seen the variation of this, the newer variation of it where the elbow is pointed out and the forearm is pushed inward, the hand's closer to the chest, and then you bend and then push the arm back over towards their other arm?
No, I haven't.
It is fascinating. I recommend you check it out whenever you get a chance. The intensity for these moves that these kids are doing today. As I said, I won't speak a whole lot about myself, but when I have to train my students, they range in age from 10 years old to 68 or 65. But that means that every method I'm using, it has to be universal, but still adaptable to situations. You have to explain to a child why they can take this pain, and it's okay to cry, but with the ever advancing plane of martial arts and self-defense and all this crazy stuff that these kids can do today, they're not even focused on pain anymore. They're more upset when they can't deliver, they're more upset when they can't do the maneuver properly because their body
I think that speaks to more of the character of the individual, because anybody really focuses on pain, we're not going to highlight that as much as, somebody that's able to strive through it, and more people that strive through it, they're more perfectionists. It's an art craft after all, and I think they're showing more like the artist spirit in it,
Absolutely. And the shared mindset of, well, I'm just so upset because I cannot do this, and I know how. I've been taught properly, but my body's just not there. I sympathize with that. I understand it. But these kids, I'm sure you've seen the things they do on YouTube and Facebook. They can do all types of crazy flips that we couldn't do, and just insane things.
I still can't.
Well, some of us could, but no longer can we perform to that level of galvanizing physicality. So, do you what's your biggest benefit from self-defense? And often we've gotten the same answer this past season for self-defense guests, and that's health and diet and all that. I would imagine it goes a bit further for you than that.
Yeah, I was actually going to say my most useful benefit I think I picked up from martial arts is body language. Because you learn to read positions of an aggressor versus somebody that is strategic, or you learn things, how people put themselves and position themselves before an act of violence, and you practice to defend against it.
Absolutely, and I call that physical triangulation. Trying to calculate where somebody's gonna move from, or they're gonna come from, or just genuinely watching the micro aggressions up and down their being. Hell, you can see and hear it in the way they talk sometimes. But do you often find any difficulty in training yourself and not having the same? Growing up, we had a lot of classes and competitions. We had lots of people around us, but especially
you have more motivation. But for me personally, no, it is a big difference. I'm not as active as I once was. With training, it's like a New Year's resolution. You always tell yourself, "Yep, this is the year that I'm going to get back into it," and then you just kind of fall into the same rut, or you push towards something else that you're wanting to do. It's like me with same deal with martial arts, and but instead of me giving up on martial arts just to give up on it for the sake of it, I've kind of just more or less pushed it to the side until I have more time. Right now, it's just work and writing, and then add martial arts in there. I love martial arts, but I don't consider that a natural downtime for me. So for my mental health, I just try to give myself something that helps me just turn my brain off and enjoy the day.
I feel that a good strike to a tree always helps me enjoy the day personally, but that's less professional than I should be as a instructor. But however you get it done, however you get it out, however you feel it, it moves through you or you move it. It's acceptable as long as it's not hurting or abusing yourself, and I've known you for a long time, and yeah, you certainly use it to your benefit. So moving from, let's make a strange transition into a unknown, bewildering segment that we like to call Valley of Thoughts. Valley of Thoughts. Do you remember the year?
I'm thinking 2015?
Almost. It goes over the span of 4 years from 2014 to 2018.
I'm almost. I'm just in the middle of it.
So, do you is it let's get this one off the table here. It's not really an elephant in the room, but I've been curious. Are you satisfied with that album?
No.
Not by any means.
Nope, not by any means. And main reason is a couple of reasons. Partially on myself, most people are. On top of that, pretty sure I could do better. But everybody being natural in front of the camera versus being natural in front of your friends or freestyling and stuff like that, it's a complete different beast, and it's something that I felt like I needed to practice more on for the delivery of everything, and not just, some of it felt rushed to me. But I did have fun with the project overall.
Oh, it absolutely was, without a shadow of a doubt, rushed. That's not your fault, though. I'm sure you know that, though. That is all on me, rushing the project in turn. I think I called you every week, and I'm like, dude, we got to get this done. But I was under quotas that had nothing to do with y'all, and trying to get as much content for us as I could. But rushing y'all, probably, that certainly wasn't the way to go about it. Especially considering the other MCs in District 9 throughout the years from high school and on. I always gave all of them weeks and months at a time to do stuff. But going forward, what do you think your next project would be? You got a name of something? You got a title? You got like an enriched ideal or idea?
Well, for music, none in the foreseeable future right now, but I do have a couple of other artistic projects going, some short stories and graphic, well, really web comics that I'm going to be starting. And I have an artist, I have a co-writer, and, right now everything's just having the blueprints put behind it, getting the bare bones to really be quality so we can build something that is fantastic out of it and make it something of our own. And, maybe once that's established, I'll take a break into it. I'll probably look at doing some musical stuff and inspiration.
'Cause you can't make old friends. I can still feel the windows down. Listen to Jimmy Eat World riding 3 wide on Blake's bench seat, yeah. My God, it's been 10 years now. I would have his back tomorrow, and he'd still fight anyone who tried to touch me.
Righteous. This is Psych. This is the Psych's World audio show. Subscribe to District 9, Black Past Productions, and Black Past Alternate Division. We're speaking with Roy Canady right now. Reap, as we like to call him. So, DJ, Reap, what do you think will be your mark, your legacy on self-defense, for that matter, and on let's say media for now, because your aspirations certainly they fall further towards the area of media and entertainment than anything else, which is always good. You'd rather do it on a more independent scale, I know. But what do you think will be your mark with those two things?
Honestly, I think it'll be more like a niche market, but as long as some people find my stuff and they enjoy it, and it helps them enjoy their time here on this fucking earth, I'll be happy. I don't think I'm going to be some historic writer or anything like that, but just hope to give somebody a good story.
Well, for those people listening, yeah, you'll be a you'll be a historic writer. I assure you. You're from what I've heard from you, from what you've read to me, from what you've shown me, from what I've actually read in my hand. Yeah, you'll be historic for sure. In the land of poets and authors. So, do you think how close do you think you are to a book on?
Looking at the first quarter of 2022 to have the first part of the series out on the web.
That's amazing. You're gonna have your own channel and everything, huh?
Yes, sir. And the channel is actually going to start on New Year's, and it's just going to be snippets of monologues from different parts of different stories that are going to be coming way down the line, kind of like trailers.
Can we expect to see or hear you?
I'll definitely hear my voice, but you'll see my artists. You'll see their drawings as part of the videos.
That sounds fantastic.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you, inviting me on, man, and letting me do a little self-plug.
Well, that's what we do here. We try to make everything open, inclusive, because purity that demands exclusion is not real purity. This has been the PSYCHS World Audio Show. Our guest today has been DJ Ft.Roy Canady. I'm telling you what, dog, you just got a plethora of identities and things you could just use in this industry, man. And I really hope you take advantage of them, with the ones that you haven't anyway. It is a long stride. Like, I busted my ass to get to selling merchandise for the little small fortune I'm getting now, but even that took time. You know what I mean? You'll probably have more luck and immediate success than me, though, because I like to do things the hard-headed way. That's just that's just how I go. That's how I roll. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming today, DJ.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.